Welcome to episode 276, 4 Richest Healthcare Selfmade Billionaires in the World. Why you need a strategy to survive and you need a strategy to grow. This is an outline of episode 276. In my last episode, I'm offering you this free ebook, 89 Healthcare Selfmade Billionaires, 16 strategies, and 10 predictions for the future. Recap, there are 3 reasons why it is so difficult to make a fortune in healthcare. First, very high startup costs. Second, very long development cycle, 5 to 10 years. Third, very long approval cycles, 5 to 10 years. Why is time and speed so important? Let's say it's software. You have 25-year-old who made billionaire status. You can also make money much faster in fashion, in real estate, and in hedge fund. I cannot overemphasize the importance of strategic thinking because you're going against entrenched monopolies like Merck, Pfizer, Novartis. These are companies with more than 100 years of history and billions of dollars to compete with you. Dilip Shangvhi is the richest healthcare self-made billionaire in the world. He's the founder of Sun Pharma and he is from India. Please watch episode 44 if you want more details. Shangvhi was born in 1955 in the Amreli district of Gujarat. His father is a farmer trader. He learned the pharma industry by helping his father in his wholesale generic drug business in Calcutta. In 1982, he completed his bachelor degree of commerce from Calcutta University. Then he traveled to Mumbai, where he began marketing psychotherapy drugs. But instead of selling generic drugs, he decided he could manufacture his own. Sun Pharma started by selling Lithosun, a drug for bipolar disorder. Soon, he expanded from psychiatric drugs to drugs focusing on chronic disease and aging. Now, U.S. is Sun Pharma's most important market with more than 50% of sales in 2016, far more important than India.
U.S. is the largest market for us. Almost 50% of our turnover is in the U.S. In last few years, both in growing our business and in acquiring business, we've invested close to $4 billion in the U.S.
Patrick Soon-Shiong is the richest doctor in the world. He was born in South Africa and he made his fortune from cancer drugs. Please watch episode 145 if you want more details. At age 13, he knew he was going to be a doctor. At age 16, he entered the University of Witwatersrand Medical School.
Grew up in the era of apartheid, facing discrimination because of his Chinese heritage.
I was born under the world of apartheid, couldn't own any property, was one of 2 Chinese in the school of a medical school of 200. I volunteered in Soweto as the children were being shot as the intern. I was the first Chinese ever to be able to be allowed to work in a white hospital if I took 50% of the salary of my peers. And
what you're born with maybe is a risk factor, that's your genes, but you may or may not translate that into an abnormal protein downstream that causes a cell to grow. Because at the end of the day, where the rubber meets the road is what drug should I give to this patient to make this patient better? And in order to know that, you need to know what protein is abnormal that's causing that cell to grow. And how do I stop that protein? So now what's interesting is a patient with breast cancer protein signature could be the same protein signature for a patient with lung cancer.
The war against cancer is a war against time.
And as I said, a war against cancer is a war against time in essence. And nothing else that happens to a cancer cell is the ability to change and morph. And if we can catch it, watch it in real time, we have a chance of stopping it.
Thomas Frist is the richest hospital self-made billionaire in the world. He co-founded HCA with his father. HCA is now the largest hospital chain in the world. He is also a doctor. Please watch episode 212 for more details.
He was the first. He was the one who had the original vision.
Thomas Frist Jr. was born in Nashville, Tennessee in 1938. the eldest son of a prominent cardiologist, Thomas Frist Sr. He was a quarterback in high school and studied pre-med at Vanderbilt University. In 1965, he earned medical degree from Washington University, St. Louis. He was 27. Jack Massey is one of America's most famous entrepreneurs. In 1964, he paid Colonel Sanders $2 million for KFC. Jack Massey would make hundreds of millions of dollars from Kentucky Fried Chicken. Thomas Frist Jr.'s vision for a profit hospital came from scale and economy. He got this from Clemens Wilson, the founder of Holiday Inn in Memphis, Tennessee.
It's time to think during the Vietnam War, and I realized there were 4,000 hospitals independently operated as a cottage industry, while Kroger's and various things that reorganized into a more efficient, productive type of vehicle. And then I remember a fraternity brother of mine at Vanderbilt, Florida. They started Holiday Inns of America. They changed what we used to do when I traveled to Florida. They said a hotel was like a guest house going to Florida. I found out he changed, and they actually started calling hotels, motor cars, other hotels. Changed the whole leisure field.
Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw is the richest women healthcare self-made billionaire in the world. She started a company with $200 and 2 retired mechanics.
Me over 30 years to get from a garage to the huge campus that we have today. It's been a long journey. It's been a very exciting journey.
With what amounts to less than $200 today, she helped pioneer the biotechnology sector in India and charted a new course for women in business.
She was born to Gujarati parents in Bangalore, India in 1953. Her father was head of brewery.
To make sure that we created a research environment for scientists, because we at that time were facing a very strong brain drain of scientists and engineers from India.
The year was 1978.
I couldn't get anyone to lend me any money, leave alone invest in my venture. I started up my company in a garage, and a garage was not exactly the best kind of office address to have.
Today, Shaw heads a company considered a premier healthcare firm with more than 6,000 employees researching and developing medicines to fight cancer and diabetes, amongst other ailments.
Finally, let me quote Mazumdar-Shaw here. It's not about making money. It's about making good drugs that cost 1/10 of existing drugs so that more poor people can afford Western medicine. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave your questions and comments below. Wishing everyone peace and prosperity.